Sabah in East Malaysia is renowned for the beauty of its natural landscape. One of its draws is the tropical rainforest, dense undergrowth, tall, majestic trees, rich in plant and animal diversity. It's also a way of life for some, like JUHARDIN bin JAHAMID. For generations, the people from his community in Sedul village have relied on the jungle for much of their needs.
Many things that we use come from the forest. We use rattan to make and build things. Some plants are used in traditional medicine. The insects too are useful. We take honey from the bees. It has medicinal qualities.
Even the water they drink used to come from the forest, but not since the area around it was cleared for development. JUHARDIN and some villagers fought against the encroachment, but to no avail. Logging in this forest and the landslides that occurred as a result of that have affected this stream. It's a trickle compared to what it used to be, and the water is no longer clear but muddy. Since 2013, much of the forest has been wiped out, the trees replaced by a single crop, oil palm. Sabah is the top palm oil producer in Malaysia, which in turn is the second largest exporter in the world after Indonesia. Demand for the commodity is set to grow, driven in part by the push for biofuel, particularly in China and Indonesia. That could spell a disaster for forests, as land is cleared to make way for plantations. But the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil, or RSPO, says alternatives to the commodity may be even worse.
Palm oil has a yield that is 4 to 10 times higher than other oils, so it requires 4 to 10 times less land to make the same amount of oil out of the land that is utilized. So the solution is not to say, let's stop palm oil, let's go to something else, but it's to make sure that whatever we produce is produced sustainably. And that's where the RSPO comes into play.
The RSPO is a voluntary organization, and while it sets standards on palm oil production, it has not committed to zero deforestation. For the people in Sedul village, what they lament is the loss of the forest. They say the land belonged to their ancestors and should be theirs for generations to come. Florence, Looi, Al Jazeera, Sedul village, Sabah State, Malaysia.